And Reza, one thing I wanted to ask you, I've seen in the media some pictures of demonstrators not only protesting against President Morsi, or former President Morsi, I guess I should say, but also against U.S. President Obama, saying that President Obama allied himself with terrorists, with the Muslim Brotherhood, with a fascist regime, against the ambassador there, Ms. Patterson. I don't know how prevalent that is in the crowd, but how prevalent would you say it is that this anti-Morsi sentiment is also anti-Obama?
It's no secret that U.S. foreign policy is unpopular, not just here in Egypt, but throughout the region, throughout the Arab world. Egyptians love Americans, but they don't love U.S. foreign policy. They remember, they'll never forget that for decades it was Washington that supported the dictator Hosni Mubarak in his brutal police state. They believed Washington had never been out for the people. Then came President Mohammed Morsi, the Islamist president. Washington supported him, and that's why you're seeing many in this crowd criticizing Washington for that support. Earlier today, the leaders of the campaign, this rebel campaign with this petition drive, with a harsh statement aimed at Washington, suggesting that Washington should stay out of Egypt's affairs, accusing Washington of trying to impose its will on Egypt for the interests of Israel. Some harsh words, and it's a glimpse of how complicated Washington has it when it comes to Egypt and this region.
And Reza, what kind of military presence do you see there with these demonstrators? Are they out in force, or are they playing more of a behind-the-scenes role?
Not where we are. Where we are, the Army is engaging in theatrics. They're flying above here, as Becky Anderson told you, with their helicopters, and people are cheering. Right now, it's just a lot of fireworks. And hold on, let me step aside here. Yeah, no sign of any helicopters right now, but no Army presence here. Most of the Army's presence, from what we've heard, is where Ben Weiderman is. That is the demonstration in support of President Morsi. There's indications that at least in some parts they have encircled that demonstration with tanks, perhaps in an effort to prevent any kind of clashes between supporters and opponents of President Morsi. But we don't see, from our vantage point, any military presence here other than the military choppers flying up above.
All right, Reza, we'll come back to you shortly. Reuters is reporting that the head of Egypt's constitutional court will be sworn in as interim head of state tomorrow. We'll have more on that in a moment as we continue our live coverage from Cairo, where there has been a coup.